Hey folks, appreciate you stopping by. I want to talk to you today about a piece of gear I purchased about a year and a half ago after I saw it advertised on Facebook. I've been lifting weights for about 37 years now, and the vast majority of that time has been as a solo lifter, purely out of necessity. In the military, I deployed a lot. My first 7 years after retirement, I was gone a lot for work. So, for those of you that are solo lifters or who have been solo lifters, you know that there are movements, exercises, lifts that if you can do them at all by yourself, you tend to lose some of the intensity, maybe the capability to lift heavy. You'll lose some of that momentum. And so a lot of times we just skip them because they're either dangerous, not really as productive, or they just slow down your entire lift and make things extend those lifts out just too long, longer than you're willing to endure. So that's where this comes in. If you haven't seen this before, this is a drop set pin. It's a pretty simple design. It's got a plastic housing. It's got this little lever that moves, and it's got a steel spring, steel pin with a spring inside. The idea behind this is you put it in the hole of the weight stack, and you can do drop sets by yourself. What I'll do is I'll attach it to my weight stack here, and I'll show you how it works. All right, these drop pin sets come in pairs. So if you're using one stack, you can do 3 drop sets. If you're using 2 stacks, you can do 2 drop sets. And the reason why is you can still use your factory pin for your last set. So this drop set pin has a notch cut out here, and it's got a little protrusion on this lever with this plastic pin. You'll push this entire plastic housing down until you fit that little notch or that little protrusion in that little notch. That extends the metal pin and it puts the spring under tension. This pin will go in the weight plate that you intend on lifting. This plastic pin will go in the stack below it. So because of that, you can't do drop sets on every single plate. So for instance, if you're gonna set your factory pin at 10, you can set this one at 20. Your plastic pin is going to go at 30, and if you're going to do a second pin, this one's going to have to go at 40. So that's 10, 20, 30. This one goes at 40, and then you're also using the 50. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I've got my factory pin set at the top plate here. I'll insert my drop set pin just below it. Now, unfortunately, because I've got this round handle here, I can't put it on the plate just below it, but let's just say my factory pin is set at 10, the next plate is 20, I put my drop set pin at 30, the plastic portion of that pin goes in at 40, I'm going to use a second pin, second drop set pin. This one goes at 50, and its plastic portion on the bottom goes at 60. So now when I do my drop sets, I'll drop set at 50, 30, and 10. All right, I'll get a close up here and you can see what it looks like. All right, so what's gonna happen here is when I lift the stack, the bottom drop set pin is going to release, and now the metal pin, the spring is pushing on the metal pin, but it's under tension because that plate is creating that friction there. Once I touch the plates down, it's going to eject that drop set pin, like that. Now I can lift up my 30-pound plate. As you see, the little plastic pin releases. The metal pin of that drop set pin is now under tension. When I touch the plates down, it will eject that drop set pin. And now I still have my factory pin to finish off the lift. All right, I got the same setup now. One thing that I have to emphasize is that you have to touch the plates down in order to eject the drop set pin, do your drop set. So up, ejected, ejected, and now you do keep lifting with your factory pin. All right, let's do it one more time through. As you can see, I purchased 2 pairs so that I can do 3 drop sets on 2 stacks, or in this case, 5 drop sets on 1 stack. And as you can see, I had to stagger them every other plate so that the plate in between will allow for that plastic pin to sit in there. Without that, the drop set pin just does not work. While you don't have to be super forceful, you don't have to drop the plate, you do have to be very deliberate in touching the plates down. There are some instances where I've been lifting and the intensity is high and I just barely touch down the plate, and one side will eject, the other side will not. It gets a little wonky, but you can mitigate that by just being very deliberate in touching the plates together. Alrighty, there you go. The drop set pin. Now I purchased these directly from One More Rep from their website. They do not sell them on Amazon. Amazon does have one other, from what I can find, one other company that makes these. They are not the same company. The One More Rep drop set pin is $39.95 right now as of today, and plus shipping. The one on Amazon is somewhere around $35. I did find on the Amazon Canadian website that there are, I believe, 2 other manufacturers of these. I think they were in the $30, $35 range, but don't quote me on that. So I don't think it's a lot of money for the capability of doing drop sets by yourself. It's pretty, I mean, obviously for those of you that have done drop sets with a partner, if you're not solo lifting or you don't have one of these pins and you've done drop sets with a partner and tried to do drop sets by yourself, you know the difference is night and day difference. And in this, I would argue, is even faster than having a partner, because you don't have to, you know, if the partner's not really paying close attention, you don't have to wait for them to fumble to try to find a pin. So drop set pins, pretty friggin' awesome. Give it a shot. Again, thanks for stopping by. Have a blessed day.